औज़ुबिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी वयस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली रब्बी ज़िदनी इल्मा व अलहिक़नी बिस्सालिहीन। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। Good morning guys, how are you all? Are you all fine?
Yes.
So today we will have to start the book. This is unit number 1. Page number is Alaikum salam. Page number is 2. Okay. Page number is 2, and words to know are number first is base. The word base means foundation. Okay. The word base means the lower part, or what you say, the lowest part of a building or anything, tree, etc. Okay. The word base means what? The lowest part of anything. If it is a building, if it is a tree, or anything, okay, the foundation of that very thing is called what? Base. The foundation of that very thing is called what? Base. Okay. So the next is roused. Roused means a second form of rise. Second form of what? Rise. That is called roused. And the next is, guys, that is cell. Cell, that is a type of tree. Okay. And roused once again means it to rise up. Okay, or to wake up. Uh, And the next is screech. Screech mean to make shrilled what? Screams, shrieks, or to make high-pitched cries or sounds. The next is slithering. The word slithering mean when someone is what? Moving or walking on a slippery part, okay? And he is what? He's unable to walk straightly, and he do what? He slides from one side to another side. That is called slithering. Or as you can see, when a snack is what? Snack is moving from one place to another, he do what? He slides. The next is wisdom. Wisdom means that is knowledge or experience needed to make somehow sensible decisions. Okay. Wisdom means the reason, the power of will, okay, to judge, to decide that what to do and what not to do. My dear students, the story is all about the sparrows and what? The sparrows family and their friend and all. And there is another character. The character is of a prince that he used to come to a river after the hunt. He comes to that river regularly after the hunt and take a cool bath over there. Okay, so that was his habit. And there is another thing, a snake in the story, and that snake, the wicked, that dangerous snake, used to eat the eggs of the sparrows. So the sparrows, they were really shocked and disturbed by this very habit of the snake, that they were compelled, they were forced to leave the tree, okay, and go to the next place or next tree. They were in really in a real trouble, in a big trouble, in somehow a great danger. And out of trouble and out of tension, they both, the sparrows, okay, the husband and wife, they started to scream, okay, and suddenly the all listened that what was going on. What was going on? What is going on, Rayan? So the owl, he came out of his nest and inquired that what has happened. So they narrated the story that our eggs has been eaten by that very wicked snake. So we are compelled, we are forced to leave this tree forever, okay? So their friend all gave them somehow a great plan that it's not necessary that you leave this tree, but we will get what? Get rid of that very snake, the dangerous snake. So don't worry about it. And he gave them the plan, and the plan was that both of you will go there to the dress of the prince, okay, and snatch or take, okay, his necklace, and one will shriek to what? To make him notice that his necklace has been snatched away by the sparrows. And you will bring that necklace and drop it into the snake's hole or snake's den, whatever you call it, okay? And they will notice it, they will come to take it back. And when they will be coming to take the necklace back, what will happen? The snake will appear and they will kill the snake. And as the owl has planned each and every step, similar things happened in reality. The snake was killed by prince, the prince guards, okay, and both of the sparrows they got rid of that very somehow wicked and dangerous snake. They they laid what more eggs, and then they had children, and they used to live happily on the salt tree. So this was somehow the summary of this very story that what is over here. So now I will read, and then you will have to read it once, and we will then explain it tomorrow. The wise owl. Once upon a time, two sparrows lived in a great salt tree, which stood on the bank of a wide river. They lived a peaceful and a happy life. There were plenty of trees beside the river, but they liked the sal tree the best. Every year the sparrows built a new nest in one of the many hollows in the tree's trunk. Now, this part of the river was the favorite swimming place of a prince. He loved to ride in hunt after a hot, dusty ride on one of his fine horses. The prince liked nothing better than to have a quiet swim in the cool water. One day in the spring, the mother sparrow laid some eggs, and the sparrows were delighted. In the afternoon, they sat happily on a branch and watched the prince splashed about in the river below. But when they returned to their nest, they found that their eggs had disappeared. They were most upset and flapped about, making a great noise. The father sparrow suddenly saw the tail of a long snake slithering into a hole at the base of a tree. He understood what had happened. The sparrow fluttered from branch to branch and made such a noise that they woke their friend, the owl. He wanted to make he wanted to know what was going on, so they told him about the missing eggs in the snack. They told him that they were so upset that they were going to leave the old salt tree forever. The old listened to their sad story, and he nodded his head and rolled his eyes. Don't worry, my friends, said the owl. You must not think of leaving your nest and going away because of the horrid snake. Why don't you get rid of him? The sparrows looked puzzled. But how can we possibly do that? Asked the sparrows. Please tell us. You're wise and you can think of a plan. The owl said, blinking his round eyes. Go to where the prince has left his clothes, said the owl. Pick up the prince's gold necklace and drop it in the snake's hole. The sparrows did not understand what this was all about, but they trusted the owl and they respected his wisdom. The sparrows thanked the owl and picked up the prince's gold necklace, while the mother sparrow flapped her wings and screeched loudly. The prince guard were sitting on the bank of the river. When they heard the noise, they looked towards the prince's clothes and were surprised to see a sparrow flying off with the prince's necklace. The guard roused themselves and chased the sparrow. And the sparrow flew around just out of the reach of the god. At last it what flew directly over the snake's hole and dropped the gold necklace into it. The sparrow flew to the safety of the sal tree and perched on a high branch. The snake, startled by the arrival of the necklace, poked its head out of the hole to see what was going on. Okay? To see what was going on outside. Okay? Just as it did so, the guards arrived, and one of them drew out his sword and killed the snake. That was the end of that terrible snake. The sparrows were overjoyed. They thanked their friend, the owl, and praised his intelligence. The sparrows continued to live happily in the sal tree for many years. And the following year, the mother sparrow laid more eggs, and the baby sparrows lived with their parents in the salt tree, where the owl watched over them. So this was all about wise. You see that the use of wisdom, your reason, your brain. It is much more important to use your mind, okay, to work intelligently, to think, to make a plan, than to what? To make hustle, okay, or to be hasty. You will have to make a plan. You will have to think about or observe the situation, and then after the observation, make some calculations, then the plan, then what? Go and make real whatever you have thought. So over here, the power of wisdom is shown, that how much powerful wisdom is. Okay, wise persons, they can make the plans that they are really much more what fruitful. So that was the end of that very dangerous snake, the killer snake. And even the sparrows and the owl, they were what? They were just watching that what was happening to him. They even don't touch that bloody snake, but they killed him with what? With wisdom. They killed him what? With intellect. So whenever you are doing anything, whenever you want to perform any activity, think about it, that what you will do. So I think to use your brain, that is the sign of humanity, that is manly. But if you're just using your legs, okay, and your arms, so legs and arms and all these things, they are just common in us, in animals. So you will have to be intelligent. You will have to be intelligent. You will have to use your smartness to perform any activity, to solve any problem. But if you're going to make panic like the sparrows, okay, that panic will increase your disturbance. That panic will increase what? Your tensions. And it will give you extra worries and extra what? Problems. So instead of making panic and howling and screeching and somehow making what? More disturbance, you should go to the solution. And the solution will be when you think wisely, when you act wisely, when you make a plan wisely, as the all what? He advised them. He planned the whole plot, and the snake was killed. So this was the story, my dear students, the story of the wise owl, that how much wise he was. Okay, so if you have any question about anything, you can ask me. Do you have any question? Any question?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Do you have any question?
No, I can read.
Okay, you can read.
Okay. There is our once upon a time two sparrows lived in a great cedar tree which
In a
stood
great, in a great.
in, in a great cedar
How
tree
can you say great? In a great.
in a great cedar tree which stood on the bank of wet river. They lived a beautiful
They
and
lived a peaceful and happy life.
a peaceful and happy life. There were plenty of trees best there ever, but they liked the cell tree the best. Every year, the sparrows built a new nest in one of the many hollows in the tree.
Hollows.
Hollows in the tree. Now this part
Okay,
of
thank you, thank you, thank you. No, the next boy, if anyone want to read.
was
Who else want to read? Ahmad Amir, you want to read? Hurry up, start reading.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Okay, start reading.
Okay, sir. Now, this part of the river was the favorite swimming place of our prince. He loved to ride and hunt after a hot, dusty ride on one of his fine horses. The prince liked nothing better than to have a quiet swim in the cool water. One day in the spring, the mother sparrow laid some eggs. The sparrows were delighted. In the afternoon, they sat happily on a branch and watched the prince splashing about in the river below. But when they returned to their nest, they found that their eggs had disappeared. They were most upset and flapped about, making a great noise. The father sparrow suddenly saw the tail of a long snake slithering into a hole at the base of a tree. He understood what happened. The sparrows fluttered from branch to branch and made such a noise that they woke their friend. The owl, he wanted to know what was going on, so they told him about the missing eggs and the snake. They told him that they were so upset that they were going to leave the old sal tree forever. The owl listened to their sad story and he nodded his head and rolled his eyes. Don't worry, my friend, said the owl. You must you must not think of leaving your nest and going away because of that horrid snake. Why don't you get rid of them? The sparrows looked puzzled. But how can we possibly do that? Asked the sparrows. Please tell us. You are wise and can think of a plan. The owl sat blinking his large round eyes. Go to where the prince has left his clothes, said the owl. Pick up the prince's gold necklace and drop it in the snake's hole. The sparrows did not understand what this was all about, but they trusted the owl and they respected his wisdom. The sparrows thanked the owl and immediately flew towards the prince's clothes. The father sparrow picked up the prince's gold necklace while the mother sparrow flapped her wings and screeched loudly. The prince's guards were sitting on the bank of the river when they heard the noise. They looked towards the prince's clothes and were surprised to see a sparrow flying off with the prince's necklace. The guards roused themselves and chased the sparrow. The sparrow flew around just out of the reach of the guards, and at last it flew directly over the snake's hole and the golden dropped the gold necklace into it. The sparrow flew to the safety of the sal tree and perched on a high branch. The snake, startled by the arrival of the necklace, poked its head out of the hole to
Okay,
see what
okay.
was
Next
going
boy.
on.
No, next boy should read. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Who else want to read?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam. Hurry up, start reading.
Okay. Noise open a time to sup- suppress live in a get got got alas three watch settled on the beak, beak, beak of a wheat, wheat, wheat river, river.
Okay,
They
the next
live.
boy should read. Hurry up if anyone want to.
Okay, live a boy.
Okay,
Portals
next.
and how we
Ahmad Amir, you
live.
want to read? Start reading. Abdulaziz, thank you.
Live.
Assalamu
Okay,
alaikum.
sir.
Start reading.
Okay, sir. The sparrows were overjoyed. They thanked their friend the owl and praised his intelligence. The sparrows continued to live happily in the sal tree for many years. The following year, the mother sparrow laid more eggs, and the baby sparrows lived with their parents in the sal tree, where the owl watched over them.
Okay, boys. So this was the story about what the wise all aim the sparrows in a dangerous snake along with the prince. So you saw that how the wisdom of that very all worked and rescued the entire family from the what from the further destruction and uh, all these things. So that was the wisdom of that very uh, wise and smart owl. So wisdom works far more better than what your our physical body. So if our physical body are or physical organs and features, they are going to work with our brain and we are using them according to the wisdom, then it will be fruitful, it will be beneficial, it will give us somehow great results. But if we do not think, just act without thinking, without wisdom, so our actions will bear no fruit, our actions will give us disadvantage, harm, and nothing more than loss. So this was all about the wisdom of the all, okay? Thank you so much for staying with me, and tomorrow we will have the explanation and move on, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Allah Hafiz.
Love
Goodbye.
is
Love, sir.
Allah
love
Hafiz.
is